Hello, people of Earth and elsewhere. Welcome to Improv Hour with Spam Crackers. Yay! My computer decided to half die, so while it's getting fixed, you're gonna have to live with this. I'm not gonna be able to do my usual artistic thing, but maybe some people don't like that and they'd rather be seeing my face anyway. Um, I'll see if I can draw something up while I'm doing this discussion, but other than that, let's just get on with it. First of all, major spoiler alert. Last week I said that I was going to be discussing Attack on Titan, and I am as caught up with the series as anyone is going to get. I haven't read all the spin-offs and stuff like that completely, but as far as the anime and the official manga goes, I'm all caught up and that's what I'm going to be talking about, so yeah. If you don't want any spoilers, then shoot. Bye-bye. Get out of here. Click that little X button now. Actually, it's probably on this side of your computer. Whatever, I'm really not used to doing this. So, what's been going on with Attack on Titan? Well, Chapter 76 just came out, and while I can't say anything particularly wow has happened with it, it's been pretty well paced these last few chapters. There were some points earlier on in the series where I've been following it, and it seemed kind of slower, but now we've gotten back to the part where it's pretty well paced, and it's like the past few months, something good has been coming out of the series, and this week, we may have found a way to defeat the Armored Titan. And for those of you who don't know, for whatever reason, Rainer is the Armored Titan, you know, the one with the blonde hair, and the one guy with the blonde hair, you know who he is. He is the Armored Titan, and he may have just died at the end of this chapter. I'm kind of hoping he did, because in the past while, he's skirted death so many times, like, even in, like, 2 chapters ago? Or was it 1 chapter ago? Nah, it was just 1 chapter ago. He skirted death to the point where I was like, oh, come on! He's gotten out of it too many times. I hope that he's actually dead this time. Let's talk about the weapon they used to do it, though. First of all, Eren has the ability to harden his skin as a Titan, like how Annie could, and like how the Armored Titan is just that all the time. And he had brass knuckles, pretty much, to just harden the tips of his fingers, essentially, and since he was all concentrated on one place, he could essentially break the Armored Titan's armor just as it is, and that was really cool. But the real fun part comes in when Hanji commissioned thunder spears from the scientists and the military police. And that was really fun to see because they kind of jettisoned into the Titan's eyes to stun him, and then shot it twice into the nape of his neck to kind of make it explode. It was really interesting, and the last thing we saw was that explosion, but my sister pointed out that in the last chapter it looks like somebody is flying away from the explosion, whether or not that's just... It looked like 2 people. Whether or not it's somebody managing to pull Rainer out of there at the last minute, we don't know. And it would really suck if Naruto decided to do that to us again. Or it could just be 2 of the people from the Survey Corps as it is. One person was too close when these thunder spears went off, because Hanji pointed out that you can't exactly use these in like a field or something like that, which is why they were surrounded by all the buildings in the Shinganshina district, because we're finally getting back to that stupid basement. We're getting back to the basement, and hopefully we will be able to find out what exactly is in the basement. All the Titans and stuff like that, we're going to find out stuff. All the important stuff that is why this series is what it is. It's really good so far, and while I've gotten a bit cynical about it, for reasons you'll see in just a minute, I really am enjoying it, and I hope that it just keeps going at the pace it's going at. Naruto said that, or like rumor has it, I think I read this on the wiki, that he wants to end it in about 90 chapters, and since we're on 76, we've probably got just over a year, maybe a year and a half left of this. So I think that we'll have plenty of time to have another probably 2 seasons of the anime. That's what I want to believe anyway. Now I'm going to start doing my sketch here, and I'm going to keep talking about stuff. Armin. Let's talk about Armin for a second, and the fact that Erwin is putting a lot of stock in Armin. 2 chapters ago, he said Armin was their secret weapon, and put him in charge of telling people what to do. And Armin was really nervous about that at first, but, you know, he's the man with the plan, and Erwin was just like, don't worry, next to Hanji, you're the next person to take my place if I die. More like when I die. Naruto is preemptively saying that Erwin is going to die. And I don't mind that at this point, because the last few chapters, Erwin has pretty much just been brooding about his death, and in this chapter we get more brooding about how he's sacrificed a bunch of people for the sake of keeping himself alive. And honestly, at this point, I can't blame Erwin for what he's done, but now that he's just become a brooding sack of emotions who hasn't really done anything, or is not doing anything anymore. He wants to see the basement as much as everybody else does, but since he's not doing anything at this point, it's like, if he dies, I'm not going to be incredibly sad about that. Back to Armin. We seem to put a lot of emphasis on his character recently, and that means one of two things. Since Armin has been called the secret weapon, and it's true that he is the secret weapon considering all the stuff that he's able to do because he's the smart kid. From a writing perspective, I can just tell that someone on the opposite side is going to notice how important Armin is, and they're going to try to kill him. So that means Armin is either going to die, which will make me very sad, or people of significance, one or more, are going to die while protecting Armin from the enemy. Because Armin is not about strength, although he has had some development in that area in the past when he shot somebody's face off. I told you there were spoilers here. He's still not about strength. He's never killed a Titan before, so yeah. Armin's gonna die, or somebody's gonna die protecting him. That's just what I'm predicting right now. Maybe it won't happen, but it probably will. Speaking of probablys, everybody who has seen Attack on Titan probably knows, that the original plan was for Narita was just gonna kill everybody off at the end of the series. It's just like, hey look, everybody died, the end. That's what it was gonna be. But then he changed it once he saw what a big fan base he had after the anime came out. You know, it just went boom and exploded all over the internet and broke the face of anime as it is. Naruto said that since he's got so many fans now, and they all like it so much, he might not end the series like that. He said that he's decided to change it or something like that. And Naruto's done stuff like that in the past with this series. I'm not sure how many people know this, but Sasha, the potato girl, who is still around right now, she was supposed to die a terrible death a lot earlier on in this series, like in chapter 36 or something like that. But apparently the editor, Naruto's editor, said that it was so horrible that he said, go back, change it. No, we're not going to do this right now. And Sasha's been alive ever since, so who knows? Maybe Naruto's just going to listen to what he said, he's going to listen to what the fans are saying about the series, and he's just going to say, yeah, we're not going to end it like that. Who knows? He's had a lot of time to change it. Like, a lot of time. This is a monthly thing, so if it has changed, I honestly can't tell. I haven't seen anything in this series that seems entirely contrived or unprecedentedly, well, contrived. That's the only word that I can really use to describe it. It's really well written, and I like where the story is going so far, and I can't wait to see what happens next. We are still waiting for Bert to show up again. That is the Colossal Titan, if you didn't know that for whatever reason. We're still waiting for him to show up, and Rainer might be dead, so he's going to be the next one, I think, or Ymir. Ymir's still with the bad guy side, I guess, so who knows whatever is going to happen to her. I mean, really, who knows? We're really coming down to the grindstone on this, and like I said, we might have a year and a half left of this manga, at the most, and I'm glad that I'll be able to stick with it all through that. We'll just have to go ahead and see how it ends. And actually, I decided I wasn't going to sketch anything. I never got around to it because I wanted to keep looking at the camera. I'm sorry about that. No art for you this week. That about covers it. If you want to say anything, go ahead and go into the comment section. Before I end this, I'm just going to say, what do we have scheduled for next week? Oh gosh, we have everything scheduled for next week, don't we? On the 17th, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Eyes of Heaven officially makes its debut. And as excited as I am for that, I'm probably only going to bring it up because I am by no means an authority on video games. I am going to do a playthrough of it when it gets its stateside release, but I suck at video games, and I don't read Japanese, so that's what we're going to have to wait for, and by that time there will be people who are way better at playing video games than I am. What comes after that? The official Part 4 anime trailer that is supposed to be animated comes out the 19th or the 20th at Jump Festa. I will, however, be covering that in depth because animation and anime and JoJo is my thing. So you're going to get an update on that. And what else happens? Star Wars comes out a week from now. Star Wars. I'm wearing Darth Vader headphones. Star Wars comes out next week, you guys. I still can't believe that. It's been all the hype. All the hype happens next week. And then we got Christmas, and then we got a bunch of other crap. Sherlock comes out next month. I guess we're just gonna have to see. My laptop and my computer, all of my stuff is gonna be back next week, so we'll go back to the regular format. Unless, of course, you like to see my face better and like to see me stutter into the camera without any lines or anything like that. If you like it this way, then I'll keep doing it this way. Sorry about the interference in the background. Like I said, this was Improv Hour, or Improv 12 Minutes with Spam Crackers. I'll have links to my DeviantArt. I do have some fan art. Maybe a couple of pictures of Armin in my DeviantArt account, which is half turned off right now. Actually, my two DeviantArt accounts. I'll have links to both of them in the description in case you want to see that or my JoJo stuff. Check out my other videos. That's it. Check out my other videos if you want to sometime, and this, well, that's it. Goodbye.